You're watching The Edward Fowler Show. Now, here's your host, Edward Fowler.
And hello, welcome to the show here live on YouTube. And I just want to say before we begin this episode that, I've got over now 245 subscribers. If you're a regular viewer or listener, then you know that about maybe 2 months ago, I think I may have mentioned that my target is to get to 250 already. 5 away. So hopefully you can help me to get 5 more subscribers because we're on the road to 300 subscribers, and then up to 500, and then hopefully 1,000. So if you like the content, then make sure to smash the subscribe button. It takes less than 10 seconds to do so. Help me to get to 250 subscribers today. But tonight, we've got a great guest joining us, and something about this show as well, because usually on this show there's a lot of American people I bring on the show, but for the past 6 months now, I've been able to bring on great people from here, right here in the UK, and it's great to have on the lead vocalist of the band called AK and the Red Knights. Please welcome along Andrew Knightley. Please welcome. How are you this evening?
Yes, very well, thank you, Edward. Yeah, not too bad at all. How about yourself?
Yes, very well. We just say it's quite warm over here in the UK at the moment because of this mini heat wave. It's not going to last though.
Yeah, never does. But enjoy it while it's here, I guess.
Are you a fan of the heat?
Yeah, generally. I do start moaning about it, but I'd rather have it than not have it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely.
Right, because I'm more of an opposite. I prefer it's cool because you can put on loads of layers and all of that. While in the heat waves and all this hot weather, you're quite limited to do so.
This is true. That's why I've got a fan. Just out a shot. Yeah.
That's all you need, isn't it? A fan. You need you need aircon. That's the next thing.
Yeah. Sadly, we don't get much of that in the UK, do we? But,
no,
yeah.
Not yet. But maybe one day.
Yeah. For sure.
But I did get a message from Wes. Yeah, he just pinged you. Just pinged you. But no, thank you very much for that. I just want to give him the heads up because of the fact that because you never know, these things can happen on live people.
Yeah, I got it just now. Yeah.
But no, it's great to have you on the show tonight, and let's talk all things about the band. And how has the last 6 months been for you so far? 'Cause I guess as well, even though we're now at the end of June almost, at the end of June, and I bet this year's flying by for you.
Yeah, well, every year does, doesn't it, these days? Yeah, I can't believe it's nearly July. Yeah, I mean, the first single, sort of Devil's Stomp, came out in I think it was April now, actually.
Yeah.
And we've since then released Wolf Moon, the second single, and the EP comes out on Friday. So it all sort of happened quite fast in the end. We were sort of hoping for a little bit earlier in the year, but it's just scheduling and stuff. And but yeah, we're there now, and it's come around pretty quickly, to be honest. So it's sort of exciting times, all going on. Yeah. So yeah, it's all good.
It's all good indeed. And as you mentioned as well, while we are getting the graphic for your new release is coming out this Friday, as you mentioned, tell us how the last 2 singles that you mentioned been reacting to your audience, to your fan base.
Yeah, it's all been positive so far. Thank goodness. No, everybody seems to like it. I mean, I think it's a really strong record. We're really excited about it, and it's sort of getting a good reaction so far. And the sort of EP's not even out yet, so fingers crossed. People are really going to sort of like it come Friday. Hopefully they will. I mean, there's sort of a lot of there's always a lot of effort that goes in, but I mean, it's sort of been quite a long journey, really. The songwriting process, there was a lot of songs written, and I was sort of demoing at home a lot, for this record, which is something I'd never done before. And when we got in the studio, it was sort of the songs were kind of ready to go. Made a few tweaks along the way, but it really helped with the process to, sort of know what you're doing before you get there, because it's not always the case. Like sometimes you've got sort of half an idea of how a song's going to come out. But yeah, it's pretty well prepped. So so far it seems that people are enjoying it. So yeah, hopefully that'll continue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As you mentioned, it's good to see what the audience, because I guess if you're, an artist from like 20 or 30 years ago, it used to take a few days or so before you may get any kind of reaction to what the song is. Well, now, because of social media and with online streams, you can now figure out exactly what the fan base is thinking, because they will contact you directly.
Yeah. This is true.
And I bet that's quite mad as well, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it can be sometimes. I mean, it's kind of nice, obviously, that people can reach out to you, and it's good to get that feedback. So I don't know, if you want to message the page or message me and tell us what you think of the music, then please do, as long as it's fairly nice.
Yes, funny, nice. For definitely, and let's talk about the new single, because it comes out this Friday. It's on your screen there, the AK and the Red Knights, and what a great song title
Red
for
Kites. Kites.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. I only have Knights in my head for some reason, but yeah, Kites, as my guest says. Proverbial Storm. You can see your screen anyway. Tell us about the name of the song. How did you come up with it?
It's just sort of just from obviously the lyrics. You are the proverbial storm, I guess, is when you've got people that are kind of larger than life and colourful, and it's just sort of a play on words, really, the whole proverbial storm thing, like being the proverbial storm instead of the actual storm. But so obviously it was a song. It's quite one of the sort of, I wouldn't say heavy, but like rockier, more sort of contemporary tracks on the record. And when sort of coming up with like the sort of title for the EP, I was just playing with a few different things, and it just seemed to fit the sort of narrative of the music, really. So we decided to go with that for the EP title, and I think it sort of reflects the music that's on there as well. It's a little bit stormy. There's a few kind of proverbs, I suppose, in a way, lyrically. So yeah, it just sort of works. So went with it. Didn't really overthink it, to be fair. Sometimes it takes a long time, get these titles. But,
yeah.
In this case, it didn't really. So yeah, that was good.
It is, and it's very catchy and it's unique as well. So I'm sure it will have a great reaction when it releases this Friday. And where can people, catch it when it comes out on Friday?
What, the music? Or,
yes.
Yeah. So over at the website, we'll be selling the physical copies there. So you can go to akandtheredkites.com/store. You can buy it from there. Other than that, it's a digital release, so it'll be on all the streaming sites. We're sort of going through Sony sort of worldwide distribution for the digital side. So yeah, if you prefer streaming, you can do that. Otherwise, over at the website.
Yes. And have you seen the physical copy of it?
Yes, I have. I actually don't have one in here.
He comes on this show to promote his new single, really, and he forgets to bring it.
Yeah, no, I've got them about the house. They're around.
I know.
We got them. There'll be me sending them out as well. So.
I have seen them. Yeah, I have seen that you have been posting about them on your social media. So it's good on you. I'm just joking, by the way, but just saying you can show it on the show the physical version. And when you first saw the physical version of it, were you delighted at how it all came out, exactly how you envisioned it, or or were you quite surprised beyond your expectations?
Well, it's always good to get hold of it. I mean, yeah, it looks really good. The actual sort of designer stuff was done by Aaron Gardner of the band Stone Thieves. He does some sort of like graphic design and artwork and stuff. And he did the artwork, yeah, and has done a sort of great job, really. And it's sort of got a nice kind of like pressing, kind of like looks like a record on the CD itself,
Oh,
like
that's
a
cool.
nice old school kind of pressing. So yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, I was really pleased with them actually. Yeah, so it's a nice, nice little CD. If
Yeah.
that's your bag. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm happy with them. Yeah, definitely.
Good to hear. And is there plans to expand into vinyl as well?
I think so at some point. Yeah, it's been a little, there's sort of been a lot going on to get everything, where we want it to be.
Of course.
Vinyl can take a little bit of time at the moment because everybody wants to print vinyl these days.
Well,
So,
it's back into fashion, isn't it now?
yeah, it is. So, but yeah, I think so. Something we're definitely looking at in a
Okay,
few
good.
months' time. Yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure people listening or watching this thinking, I would love to have it in vinyl. So there's your answer right there. If you were thinking that, we've answered that question for you right here this evening. And I got to say, if you'll watch this on YouTube, I do love your background on your wallpaper behind you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It matches the outfit you're wearing as well. It's quite good how you've got that all in sync.
Yeah. I just slung this whole thing on. No, I'm just keeping cool at the moment. But yeah, I sort of redecorated. This is sort of like my sort of studio really room, and did that at sort of Christmas time. So it's a bit loud, but it's kind of inspiring and a nice room to spend some time in and play music in and stuff. So yeah,
No, absolutely. You made it look like a home from home, if that makes sense, because of the fact that I want to be in your room right now. It looks so jazzy.
Yeah, it is a jazzy room.
And I've also seen a post on your social media that you like to wake up your neighbours. Is that true, by the way? Because I know you posted saying that you love to wake up your neighbours on a Sunday morning. I'm so happy I don't live next door to you. Cause I'm sure I'll be screaming through your letterbox saying keep the noise down. But is that true?
They get a blast from time to time. Yeah. Like yesterday morning, these valve amps are loud, so you got to turn them up to get that tone. I try and shut the windows, but they still hear it.
Yeah.
I think they're lucky though because they get it for free. So, yeah.
So it means when you make it huge, will they get free tickets to see you in a big arena somewhere one day?
Maybe. Yeah. One of them.
I like that. Only one of them. That's very nice of you. But I mean, it's just great. You've got great fan base. Your content is great, and you're very, very personal, and people can relate to you, and they can have a laugh with you as well. So it's good to see. Not many artists are like that.
Well, thank you very much. They can laugh at me too. I don't know. They probably do.
So is this the room you come to as well when you are thinking of all these creative ideas for lyrics and for song titles, or do you go somewhere completely different, or do you just come to you whenever?
Yeah, I mean, this is mostly where the sort of magic happens. I mean, obviously it can, if you've got inspiration or ideas and that, sometimes just walking down the road, I'll just get the phone out, record it or whatever. But I mean, this is where I come and, do the sort of recording process and playing generally. Yeah. So a lot of the songs were written in this very room, demoed in this very room before going off to sort of record them. So, but I've only actually, like I said, this wallpaper's only been up for 6 months, so it didn't look quite like this before.
Right.
But yeah, this is the room where it all happens.
Where all the magic happens. So this is a pinpoint. We love it. And have you got any particular goals or things you want to tick off before the end of this year?
Well, just hopefully get people involved. I just hope people really like the EP and the songs, and we want to sort of get some more shows together and stuff. Hopefully, before the end of the year, we're looking at sort of doing a EP kind of launch party a little bit belatedly in September.
That's cool.
It's not quite finalised yet, but we're close, and we'll announce something shortly. But yeah, aside from that, there'll be a few other shows. Hopefully, between now and the end of the year, we'll probably do another music video and some other bits and pieces. But yeah, we just hopefully get people involved and people enjoy the music, and we'll take it from there. Really, sort of one day at a time at the moment. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Take it one day at a time, and you never know what opportunities may come knocking for you as well, which is great to see. But you mentioned about releasing another music video, and I know as well recently you did release a music video to your YouTube channel as well called Wolf Moon.
Yep, that's the one. So that came out. Blimey, it's only a week ago. It feels like forever. It's like, when did it come out? A week and a bit ago. On Friday, a week ago on Friday, and it was. It's like a sort of animated lyric video, if you haven't seen it, but it's really, really cool. So it was Andy Pilkington did that. He's done a lot of these kind of videos for bands and stuff. Does a lot of that stuff. So I just sort of like told him a bit of a vision of the kind of red kite flying through the valleys, because sort of contextually with the song and the moon and stuff, lyrically, it all made sense, and he just pulled it together really off of a couple of sentences. I was like, think this and this and this, and he just did this amazing video. So
wow.
If you haven't checked it out yet, then maybe go and have a look. But yeah, it's really cool sort of video. I was really happy with it anyway, and really, love that song. So yeah, I can't believe it was only like 9-10 days ago.
It goes fast, doesn't it? If you think it's yesterday, don't you? I know there's many people I've on the show, and it's like, wow, really, 5 years ago? Wow, that's gone very fast.
Yeah.
But I got to say though as well, because the people might be wondering, how long did it take for the whole thing to come together? Was it just within a few days, or was it a few weeks, or longer, or less?
Well, so the recording process sort of really happened over a few months. So like, I was going up to Barnsley and back, and worked with Mike Crumpers, producer for this record, and his studio was in Barnsley. He's now gone back to Canada. So he was in LA, Nashville, Barnsley, and now he's got back to Canada. But yeah, so I was sort of quite lucky to kind of catch him, and I was going up there a few days at a time and recording stuff, and happened over a while. So it was over a few months really. Obviously not sort of full time, dipping in and out, and then we sort of had to kind of get it all together and prepare everything. It all sort of takes time to release this stuff. But yeah, it's good that it's finally coming out really. So it was just a few days to go now till the EP comes out on Fridays.
Yeah, with all these other great songs, including, of course, Wolf Moon. But from the list, is there a particular song which you are proudest of so far from this EP, or does each one have a special place in your heart?
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, I personally feel all of them are strong songs. Like, sometimes with albums or anything that you do, whether it be due to budget or not, or rushing stuff or whatever, there always feels like there's one or two that you're a bit like, it could have been better, But there's nothing on this EP really that isn't top notch in my opinion, and that I'm not happy with. I'm happy with everything. in terms of individual tracks, it is hard to say, but Wolf Moon is a really fun one to play. I do really like that one, and Stronger as well. I think it's a really kind of tight, like sort of songwriter song. That one,
Yeah.
They're totally different ends of the spectrum, I think, as well of this record. But if I had to sum it up in two songs, it would probably be those two to give the full panoramic idea of it, I suppose.
Yeah, that makes sense. So would you recommend those two songs for your listeners or anybody who may have never heard of you before and they're going to check out this new EP of yours on Friday? Would you recommend those two songs to listen to first before the rest, in your opinion?
Well, it's I would just listen to them all, to be honest. I mean, it's quite a not short, but it's quite a succinct, quite a tight sort of EP. Like there's not a lot of, well, there's no filler, but they're all quite short songs, to be honest. Most of them are actually under 3 minutes or under 3.5 minutes. Wolf Moon comes in at about 4 minutes. So to be honest, they could probably just listen to all 6 of them. I'm not actually sure how long the EP is, but it's not super long. So I don't think you're going to get bored. So
No.
recommend just listening start to finish, because it is kind of like a traditional, album or EP, like running order.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was kind of thought out. So I would say start at the start and go on the journey.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And I'm sure people will love it, and I'm sure people will put it on their playlists or crank it out on their stereos, wherever you may be, and they'll be a part of this journey with you for months and years to come. And I'm sure the question is everyone wants to know is, when will the next single or EP come out as well, won't they, after this one? 'Cause they want more.
Yeah,
They want more from you, won't they?
yeah, for sure. Well, we are gonna. I think we're gonna do another video for Stronger,
Okay.
because we kind of feel it is, it's got that sort of single kind of quality to it, and it sort of deserves to kind of have that treatment, I think. So that will be the next thing. But in terms of more music, there will be announcements later on about stuff. There are other things in the works at the moment.
Ooh, how exciting.
Not go into too much, but yeah, this is just the sort of first step. Let's put it that way. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's a cautious step, and I like how you gave us a teaser, because this show is about having teasers, and you've now given me a teaser, so much appreciated for you. And where can people find you on social media to find out what those teasers will be in the near future?
So we're generally Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I don't know the URLs. I mean, Facebook is probably AK and the Red Kites, I think, all
That's right.
words rather than the UN. And similar for Instagram, I believe. And then basically you can just search it and it'll come up. You'll find it AK. There's only one AK in the Red Kites. So those 3 channels, and then you can all sign up to the mailing list as well on the website. And we'll be sending out sort of exclusive emails with sort of stuff, off of there as well. So you can join the mailing list. And then you can keep up to date via those channels, and we'll let you know what's going on.
There you go. You should do it right now. Go to all those websites, sign up, be informed, be the first to know of all the latest news, because they will not disappoint. And just like my guest had an issue with saying exclusive, I had an issue with saying the word kites, because I keep seeing on my screen, Knightley, and it might be on nights. So that's what's doing it for me. I had to really say kites before it comes out. I'm afraid I'm going to say the other word instead, so I do apologise.
Yeah, no worries. Maybe I chose the wrong name. Maybe I came the Red Knights.
No, the name is unique, and it is great, and it gets gets the point out there, and it spreads your message as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the story behind the name actually is that so like sort of during COVID, I kind of moved out to London, just out to the home counties and out to Buckinghamshire and the Chiltern Hills, and so you got like red kites everywhere, like flying around. The kind of, for those of you who don't know what red kites are, they're kind of like very similar to bald eagles, except they're red, more like browny red or a reddy brown, should I say. They're like 2 meter wingspan. A lot of you in the UK will know what I'm talking about, but they're not everywhere. But yeah, around here we got like loads of them. So as I was actually sitting at the window that you can't see, but the window if I turn my camera on, sitting in this room writing stuff, they was always kind of there because I've got a woods at the back. So I sort of like, I was looking out there, kind of searching for inspiration, and it was like, and they was always like flying around, So it just kind of like got into my subconscious, the whole thing, and started writing about red kites, and it became like Wolf Moon, the song. And then I was like, well, what's this going to be? What's the band name? And it just AK and the Red Kites. It was one of those. I don't know. It just came from that really. So yeah, that's the story behind the name.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's quite a straightforward name. It's just funny. It just came to your mind, and then you thought the more you thought about it, like more it made sense to call it that. And it's good because, as you say, you are the only people called that on all social medias, which is great because I had a band on a few months ago, and there's another band called the same name but in New Zealand. So, but they spell it differently. So, it's just mind blowing, and it's great that simple things, where you look at things simply, it comes to your mind. Sometimes some ideas take half an hour or days or months before you get a name for something, but obviously somebody was looking out for you there, and it came floating to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a top tip. You've got to have a unique name, no matter how cool you think the name is, because like, especially in the modern day, because you spend ages coming up with a name, obviously, and it's like, whatever. I can't think of one off the top of my head. And then you start, always Google it first. That is my advice, because if loads of other bands come up, then it just gets complicated for people. Some social media, they'll start tagging the wrong band in it and stuff, and God knows what else, and it just gets confusing for everyone. So always go for something unique and always Google it first. That's my advice.
Yeah, great advice for sure there. And I'm guessing as well, because when you first began as well, because it's like, you're in a niche market, and you need to find your own marketing as well to stand out from the West, who are in similar genres as yourself. Was that quite hard to do at first, or did you find that aspect quite easy as well?
What, the actual name side of it, or
finding yourself to stand out from the West of other similar artists in the same genres as yourself when you first started? Because again, it's a niche market, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a niche market. Yeah, I mean, it's not really. It's something you need to be aware of, I suppose. Like, what is unique about your music or whatever. But I mean, for me, it's just sort of a bit of a musical. It's always just a musical evolution, really. Like anything that I write. There's part. I'm just trying to do the best thing that I can do. Do you know what I mean? At any time, rather than go, is this the most unique? If I was trying to do the most unique thing, I probably wouldn't do what I do. To be honest, but I do feel it has a uniqueness to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be like an authentic, Southern rock band or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm from the UK, or I'm not trying to be, the blues, but there's all these elements. You just take them and kind of make them your own is the important thing, I think, rather than just sort of like trying to steal someone else's sound or whatever, because that just doesn't really work. So it's always just about, take everything you like, but also make sure that you've got something that, people can identify as you, I suppose.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that. Got to say, is what's the one piece of unique object in your room right now? because we can see a few items in the back of you. Like there's some interesting things going on there. But what's the one of the most, I guess, uniqueness of your items in there? Would you say?
The most unique. There are there's a good few.
There is, isn't it? You don't have to show it. You can just point it out.
I don't think you can see it from there. Okay, don't get freaked out with this. No, I think it's my wife's, but there's a Barbie here with like dyed pink hair and a green dress. That isn't generally my thing, but I don't know. It sits in my room and it kind of works, so that it might well be this.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Well, obviously your wife put it there for a reason, because obviously she must want to give you good luck, and that's the only thing maybe symbolizes her good luck, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. She kind of looks a bit like a mermaid as well. I don't know, this like green thing, you know.
yes, like the little mermaid. But I have to say though, because she might watch this and she may come and think that's that's where I left it. It was in that room.
Yeah. Well do, yeah. I don't even know how I ended up here. It just kind of did. So,
well, there you go. It's a mad world. And if there's something you would like to leave the viewers today who maybe never heard of you until they came up to this video, what would that be?
What would I like to leave them with? Well,
as a first impression to get them to come and watch you or listen to you.
Just to thank them in advance for hopefully when they do come and listen to the music, hopefully you enjoy it. Spread good vibes, and be nice to each other, but hopefully come and listen to the EP, because a lot of work went into it, and I really hope you dig it, because I think it's a really great record, and I hope you do too.
There you go. Can't say any better than that, and there it is on your screen there. Comes out this Friday, the debut EP, June the 28th, payday for some people, and what a great way to spend some money on this new EP of yours. And remind us of the name of the track, or the name of the EP, just say.
Proverbial Storm.
There you go. And you can either be there or you can be squared, as the motto goes, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Before we let you go, is there anything else you would like to mention, which I might not have mentioned, which you think is important to get off your chest?
One thing that's worth mentioning is we do our first gig.
Yes.
We haven't even played a gig yet, this band. So the first one we're doing is actually happening. Let me just get the date.
Yes.
A week on Saturday. So it's the 6th of July.
I like that.
And we're headlining a festival, actually a biker festival locally.
Nice.
There's a few tickets left. It's called 13 County Fair, and it's happening in Penn in Buckinghamshire, just near Amersham. I'm told it's a fabulous biker festival, and they've got like kind of skateboarding vibes going on and all sorts of stuff. And they've kindly asked us to headline it, so there are a few tickets left. I think it's nearly a sellout. It's a few hundred people. I think you can camp overnight and stuff, and if that's your kind of bag, get yourselves over to 13 County Fair. They've got all their socials up and stuff, and Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else. You can like find your tickets there, and it'd be great to see you if you do want to come down. We will post it on our socials again this week about it as well. So there's that happening, and we will keep you all posted as stuff comes in, because it's evolving by the day right now. So.
Good. And I wish you the best of luck for your first headliner concert, I guess. It's like a concert, isn't it? And, I hope the weather is wonderful as well, because, as it's been nice and warm at the moment, I hope that carries on until after July the 6th for you guys as well, to have a really sellout crowd performance for the first time on the road. And, a better way to play some music and see some interesting bikes and other great things at this festival, eh?
Yeah. No, it sounds like a great day out.
It does.
Looking forward to it, for sure.
Does. And I'm sure you'll be posting loads of videos and pictures on your social medias as well. So we can't wait to see all of that. And again, I'll say this again one more time. You can be there a week on, Saturday, July the 6th. You can be there or you can be squared. Simple as, isn't it?
Exactly, Edward. Exactly.
Yes. And if you enjoyed this episode of my show, and I hope you have, because, why you shouldn't have, because this is the most entertaining show of them all. Thanks to my guest, Andrew, as always, for coming on. And I do hope, Andrew, that you will come back on the show again soon. I can understand why you wouldn't, because of the name mishap during the interview, but hopefully that won't put you off.
No, absolutely. Be back at some point. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Good. And I hope as well it's been entertaining for you as well, because again, this show is unscripted, and my guests did have no idea what I was going to say beforehand. Even I didn't know what I was going to say before I came on here tonight. So I mean, it's two of us, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, indeed. Yeah. I had no idea, but no, it's all good.
Yeah, all good, and you were a good sport, so we thank you for that. But if you enjoyed this episode, then make sure to smash that like button, share the video around, tell about my guest and this incredible band. Support them this Friday, support them next Saturday, and support them for continued success throughout their social medias and wherever else they can find them, on websites, YouTube, all these streaming platforms. Buy their CDs and hopefully some vinyls as well, which we can't wait to see in local shops and other incredible places as well. Make sure to leave a comment as well for any future questions you may want to ask my guest tonight. And we do have a guest comment right now. This is live. So Kelly Marie has posted, "I love Andrew." Woo! So there you go.
That's very nice of you, Kelly Marie. That's actually my wife, and she's in the next room.
There you go. She was watching the show, so I wonder if she will probably enjoy that little joke we made about the Barbie doll. Maybe she left it there on purpose, or maybe she forgot that she put it there. So I hope we get an answer for that at some point. But if you have a future question for my guest, then leave it in the comments below, and I will make sure to ask that question to Andrew whenever we have him back on the show again soon. And if you're new around here and like my content, then make sure to smash that subscribe button. We've got over 245 subscribers as of the beginning of this episode. We've already got a few likes already, so thank you to who's liked the episode. And I've also got continuous content now, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I got continuous content posting every single day now on YouTube Shorts, so check them out as well, and check out my social media, and hopefully you can support my channel as well as Andrew and everybody else who comes on this show in the future. And the question is now, who's the next guest to come on? Well, it'll be announced on Wednesday on my social media, because on Thursday I will be once again live on YouTube. But until all that, enjoy the rest of your afternoon or evening.